sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.one/shop. It's, well, hang on. This, it's going to get played a couple times today.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
That's right. It's Trump Day. For those that are just waking up, for those that haven't looked at a paper, Donald Trump is now your elect president. President-elect. Oh, my God. I'm still in shock. That we know we're going to hear shit from the liberals. They're going to be crying. We won the popular vote. Yeah. I just saw shortly before going on. Brain fart. She has surpassed him in the popular vote. He's won. It happens. It happens. We have had some heartbreaking losses ourselves on the Republican Party the last couple years. And we trudged through and regrouped. And gone on. This was not the Republican Party's doing, and I'm not trying to pick a fight with everybody on it. This was not a Republican. This was we the people. We ignored what the party elite said. We stepped up, and we did what we had to do to straighten this country out. We're still waiting, God knows how many hours now, for Hillary Clinton to step up and concede. She's on the way to give her concession speech, which is funny because she said she went after Trump about he had to concede and all that. It was the America way, and this is a process. And this woman fought it for a while. She fought it. She didn't even go down to tell her people to head home last night before she conceded. She sent down her little bitch, Podesta. I guess his last act before getting canned. Yeah, it's not shocking me, Dave, that she's acting this way. It really isn't. Expect it out of her. As soon as Hillary steps up, I'll patch in her whiny speech. I want to point out something else. Obama said this election was to elect Hillary Clinton to help keep his legacy alive. He needed the people to go out and elect her. As he said about Michigan, I need you to carry her so my legacy stays alive. I guess the people gave a big middle finger to Obama and his legacy. I said it last night on Sackhead election show. Last I saw, it was 288 on the electoral votes for Trump. I said multiple times 55% of the electoral vote. That would be 293.5. I took a lot of shit from people. From verbal attacks, the insults, told I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Well, it seems, and listen, it doesn't mean I'm going to get it right every friggin' time. I'll get more wrong than anything, but I'm not ever going to tell someone to shut up and sit down and all that like some of these people did. These elitists. There was another network that I was originally asked to go to before Sean. And I turned down that network. Well, it's pretty much no longer around. So I'm glad I did that. But the one thing I didn't like, and I'm pretty sure people that listen to the show understand, I am down to earth. I'm not a hoity-toity. I don't speak above people. I don't try to impress people with using all these 25-cent words. And you have those guys that, and girls, because there was one, Bunny Foo-Foo, take that. They all try to act that they're smarter than everybody else. They belittle everybody. You make one grammatical error, they're jumping all over you and ignore your actual point. Well, all these guys told me how they were experts. They knew what they were doing. They knew how to call it. Well, every single expert from top to bottom didn't. They didn't know what the hell was going on. A friend of mine put up on Facebook, and he says, I just saw a news clip of John Podesta giving a speech and thought he could have just emailed this in. Yeah, he could have. As stupid as that speech was. As simple as that speech was. I love Fox right now. I'm looking over, and 274, Trump wins. There's still a couple states out there, too. They won't update it. They won't talk about any extra states that he got because he was winning several states. And I want to agree with several things that were brought up, and I forget who kept bringing it up last night. That the networks, we had AP, we had Google, we had a couple other pundits that called the race, what, an hour before really any of the major networks. Even before that, I mean, and one of the things that was said, I think it was Sackhead Sean or BZ. Hey, Big Mouth. That said that it was, they were dragging it on purpose. They wouldn't call the races because they had commercials to play, and they were trying to drag it out as long as they could to get people to watch as long as they could. And it made me sit back and think and go, damn, that it really. Oh my God! Looking over at the Hillary camp, and all the people that were crying in Hillary Clinton land last night. Yeah, I was shocked. The New York Times website was the website that I was using mostly. I mean, I was jumping around looking at others, but I was paying attention to the New York Times website, and they were pretty good. They got it behind towards the end a little bit, but then they jumped on it. The one that really got me, and at the beginning of the night, I'll tell you, I was down and out. I just didn't want to even do the show. I jumped on, and I saw several of them. And the New York Times, they had this thing that had a predictor of how the race was going. It was predicting where the electoral vote will be, the popular vote. And they were pretty dead on because, well, it started out the night, 83% chance Hillary Clinton would win. And my heart sunk last night. It sunk. And the night started to go on. And then I noticed, okay, Trump won this state. All right. Seen the needle move just a little. And I kept seeing him winning state after state. I kept seeing that needle drop. 83%, 81%. And got down to the 70s. And I'm like, it can't move. It won't move good enough. She's going to start picking up states. We're screwed. Then it hit 60%. I was started looking at the map going, some of these states are his. I just kept watching it. All of a sudden, that map was swinging into Trump's favor. And from the start of the night on, it started in Hillary's and went all the way to Trump. And I think they finally tapped out, saying that Trump was going to get 305 electoral votes, but Hillary would win like 1.5 of the popular vote. That's kind of where it's going to end at, roughly. That little meter was, except for the percentage, but as soon as the night went on and started, I was shocked. But yeah, it had my heart. I was, oh shit, this is done. This is done. And I'm watching Florida. And I'm watching it go back and forth. And I was stupid. I started watching this stuff at 7 o'clock. I'm looking at the maps at 7 o'clock. And just watching them bounce back and forth. And it's like, oh, God, I didn't think I was going to make it. You know what's sick? Number one, Hillary Clinton was supposed to speak first thing this morning. Then it was 10:30. And she still hasn't started her speech. I'm going to be going to break in about another 10 minutes, but if during the break she starts in order of speech, I will drop out. I want to play that live. I also am going to play the full Trump victory speech because that speech was beautiful. It hit every point needed to hit. It wasn't a big FU. Dave, I just think she's hungover like a motherfucker. She's that hungover that she's still trying to recoup. No, that sounds bad, but everything I'm reading, this woman is a raging alcoholic. And even if she's not, I mean, you would have tied one on last night. I would have. I'd have been so upset and pissed. I would have probably tied one on and got shit-face hammered. This is... Every time Obama has shot his mouth off during elections, 2014, you're not voting on the politicians, you are voting on my, not legacy, but his policies. You're voting on my policies. Well, he lost big time. So he comes out now and says, you're voting to keep my legacy alive. Smack right in the face again. We have the House. We have supermajority. We have slight majority in the Senate. The last time the Republicans had control, I want to get the exact date. Hold on. I believe it's like 1918 or 1920. Take a look. I'm probably not going to find that now. It's probably some obscure. Hold on.
Something you've heard me say time and again.
Paul Ryan.
7 out of 10 Americans, they do not like the direction our country is going. Many of our fellow citizens feel alienated and have lost faith in our core institutions. They don't feel heard, and they don't feel represented by those in office. But Donald Trump heard a voice out in this country that no one else heard.
And Paul Ryan still hasn't heard.
He connected in ways with people no one else did. He turned politics on its head. And now, Donald Trump will lead a unified Republican government. And we will work hand in hand on a positive agenda to tackle this country's big challenges. I want to congratulate my friend Mike Pence. Mike Pence is a good man, a principled conservative, and he will make a great vice president. I want to congratulate Reince Priebus. You need to know how proud we are in Wisconsin of Reince Priebus. What he has done to rebuild our party is remarkable. I want to congratulate Mitch McConnell and our Republican colleagues in the Senate. I want to congratulate Ron Johnson, something that we worked so hard here at home on his victory. Ron, Scott Walker, and I just spent 4 days on a bus in Wisconsin crisscrossing this state, urging all Republicans to come together to unify to win, and that's exactly what happened. It was close quarters at time, and it was worth it to get Ron back in the next 6 years. Of course, I'm immensely proud of the campaign that our House members and our candidates ran. I want to congratulate Greg Walden and the team at the NRCC and our entire House leadership team. What a phenomenal job. Look at it this way. Our House majority is bigger than expected. We won more seats than anyone expected, and much of that is thanks to Donald Trump. Donald Trump provided the kind of coattails that got a lot of people over the finish line so that we could maintain our strong House and Senate majorities. Now we have important work to do. Many months ago, Republicans in the House united around a bold, specific agenda for this country. It offers a better way forward for America, and it will help us hit the ground running as we work with Donald Trump to do this. We will honor the timeless principles that our country was founded on: liberty, freedom, free enterprise, consent of the governed. And we will apply those principles to the problems of the day. This is the kind of unified Republican government that we set out to deliver. I want to close with this. There is no doubt our democracy can be very messy, and we do remain a sharply divided country. But now, as we do every 4 years, we have to work to heal the divisions of a long campaign. I think President-elect Donald Trump set the perfect tone last night for doing just this. And I know President Obama and Secretary Clinton are committed to bringing the country together. This needs to be a time of redemption, not a time of recrimination. We all need to rededicate ourselves to making America great and making it a more perfect union. With that, let me take your questions. Kelly O.
Now he's going to try to kiss ass. Oh, my God. I can't find the exact date, but you're talking it's been almost 100 years since the Republicans have had full control. Let's see if they can actually do something this time. It's... I'm just floored. And what's funny, Dave, you said that Michael Moore said we sent a giant FU to Washington. He tried backtracking all that shortly after. It was quite amusing to my ears to hear how he tried to backtrack his pro-Trump statement. Well, we're going to have some busy airlines, some busy moving companies, as they have a lot of uppity people. Oh, yeah, Dave, I know it still happened. Just I just find it funny how he backtracked on it. You have a list, a host of yeah, I talked about that last night. In fact, while we're waiting, there was some breaking news last night, too, that Canada was going to start building a wall to keep out all of the Hollywood dickheads and Democrats from fleeing to their country. All I got to say is all these actors and actresses that shot their mouths off, that said, well, that said they were going to leave the country, there's the door. Don't let it hit you, and make sure when you leave, you don't come begging us to make movies. Don't come sending your movies into America. Plain and simple. Yeah, none of them will leave. They'll keep running their mouths. Same thing that happened. Conservatives did the same things, and I thought it was bullshit. Podesta just walked in. Looks like she's getting ready to speak in a moment. But conservatives did it with Obama. There was a letter that just said it perfectly about all these celebrities and telling us how to vote, that it's important to vote. They're nothing but an organ grinder monkey. They are my entertainment. They are eye candy, so to speak. They are there for when I want to be entertained. Nothing more, nothing less. They are not smarter than me. Exactly, David. I've never said I was going to leave. Either. I'm not running away from the country. That's not how it's done. We win some, we lose some, but we keep fighting. I might have said that. No, I know I have said that there were some shenanigans within the elections with the Obama, but I've never 100% blamed that on the losses. I put that on McCain. I put that on Romney. They folded like a cheap suit. It's break time, but we got Hillary very close to coming out. I like Dave was saying, Unpleasant Blind Guys in the chat room. We also have Big Mouth, Patriot, and I think it's Big Mouth Patriot. I'm going to feel like shit if I just said the wrong name. The heck? There can't see everybody's full name all of a sudden. Yeah, it's Big Mouth Patriot. And the joke's been that Anthony Weiner is the one that sunk Hillary's campaign. Podesta's email is what helped sink. I mean, there's a ton of reasons of why Hillary did not do good. You know what, Dave? I didn't know if I was going to make it. I finished writing the show, and I haven't even got to any of that yet. I didn't finish writing the show until 4:30. But then again, we didn't get off air till, 3:30 with the coverage? That is the funniest one out of there. But I really think it was Podesta's email that really sunk her. And I'm pretty sure, 83% of the country said that she was guilty. But yet she still won so many goddamn states. What does that say about the current? Oh, there's still people all upset. And there's this one guy, head in his hand. Looks like he's almost crying. Woe is me. The penile election of 2016. I think the biggest thing is she underestimated Donald J. Trump. They had the playbook, and I said this from the start. They have the playbook how to beat a Republican. Call him racist. Call him sexist. Give him a sex scandal, and the Republican will chase that tail to no end. Romney did it. Romney chased that racist statement for God knows how long when he adopted a black kid. And yes, Clinton's underestimated the people. That was my next point, Dave. That's the biggest thing. They thought, and I know that's why Fox is throwing a hissy fit still to this day. When it went through the primaries, they thought they had control of the people and could tell us what to think. And when the people rebelled, that was it. That's when the gloves came off on Fox. That's when, everybody went into full hissy mode. When the people went, we have had enough. If the mainstream media would have reported this, and I hate to repeat myself again, but if they would have reported it, dead honest, all three would be having ratings. They would be competing for ratings, top ratings, not bottom ratings. They would be all competing for top ratings. There was so much to cover. It would have kept them busy for. They could still be covering Hillary Clinton if they would actually look into her. The only time, Dave, I have Fox on anymore is when I'm doing my show so I can look over and see if there's any breaking news. The main reason why I'm paying any attention to him today is the Hillary Clinton concession speech. Otherwise, I don't listen to him anymore. It's all the media had to do was report this. And they would have had ratings because there was so much stuff on Hillary Clinton. But they chose to turn their backs on it. They became complacent. Yeah. They became part of the cover-up. And we need to have a major investigation, top to bottom, of the DNC, mainstream media, and the election process. Dad, I got Comcast and I got MSNBC, Fox, and CNN. That's it. I don't even have him in high def, which really pisses me. I'm talking on the TV section. If I want high def for that, I have to go through Comcast Online and get my high def. It took a lot to overcome this election. Okay, I was watching One America News for a while. We need a major revamp, top to bottom. The one thing that didn't really get any coverage, Benghazi, this election. That was pretty glossed over. Still, no Hillary. No Hillary. All right, I'm going to throw up one of my breaks. Like I said, as soon as she comes out, we will jump right back. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
Just taking the podium in New York City.
Tim Kaine is up at the podium. Huma Abedin walked into a standing ovation, which is kind of funny. She got a standing ovation for sinking the campaign.
And I'm so proud of Hillary Clinton.
I'm proud of Hillary Clinton because she has been and is a great history maker in everything she has done as a civil rights lawyer and First Lady of Arkansas and First Lady of this country and Senator and Secretary of State. She has made history in a nation that is good at so many things, but that has made it uniquely difficult for a woman to be elected to federal office. She became the first major party nominee as a woman to be president, and last night won the popular vote of Americans to be president.
Watch Hillary walks out and goes, donate to the Clinton Foundation. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
It is an amazing accomplishment. I'm proud of Hillary Clinton because, in the words of Langston Hughes, she's held fast to dreams. She was inspired at a young age to an epiphany that if families and children do well, that's the best barometer for whether a society does well. And in everything she's done, she's focused on that. We know she would have made history as a president in one sense, but we never have had a president who's made their whole career about the empowerment of families and children, and I was as excited about that in the Oval Office as I was excited to have my friend Hillary there.
Tim Kaine was excited about little kids.
President. I'm excited and proud of Hillary because she has built such a wonderful team. There's a beautiful and kind of comical parable in the New Testament about a vineyard owner who hires people to work and says, and I'm going to pay you this for a full day. Then he hires people at noon, and I'm going to pay you the same thing for the half day. Then he hires people 1 hour before, I'm going to pay you the same. And those who started early in the day said, hold on, we don't like this, that you're treating everybody who came late just as well as you're treating us. I'm going to tell you something. Here's what I've come to know so well about Hillary. The team that she has assembled over the years of people that are so deeply loyal to her because she's so deeply loyal to them is inspiring. But I've seen that same degree of loyalty and compassion and sensitivity extended to the most recent folks who have joined the team, the folks who came to the vineyard with just 1 hour to go. Her loyalty and compassion of Hillary and Bill to people, if you're with you, you're with you, and that is just something so remarkable. And finally, I'm proud of Hillary because she loves this country. Nobody...
Yeah, she only loves the American money.
Nobody had to wonder about Hillary Clinton, whether she would accept an outcome of an election in our beautiful democracy. Nobody had to ask that question. Nobody had to doubt it. She knows our country for what it is. She knows the system that we have, and in its warts and blemishes, she's deeply in love with it and accepts it. She's been in battles before where if it didn't go her way, she accepted it, but then woke up the next day and battled again for the dreams that she's held fast to. And that love of country is something that I think is obvious to everybody, obvious to everyone. I want to thank Hillary Clinton for asking Ann and I to join this wild ride. We, about a week before she asked if I would be a running mate, Ann and I went up to Westchester and we sat down with Hillary and Bill and with Chelsea and Mark and with Charlotte and Aiden for about 3 hours of conversation to try to determine whether we would be the right people to be on the ticket. And when we got in the car to head back to the airport after the 3-hour discussion, I said to Ann, honey, I don't know whether we're going to be on this ticket or not, but I do know this. We're going to remember that 3 hours for the rest of our life. And now we'll remember 105 days that we've had with this fantastic couple of public servants and all of you for the rest of our life. I'll just say this. Hillary and I know well the wisdom and the words of William Faulkner. He said, they killed us, but they ain't whooped us yet. They killed us, but they ain't whooped us yet. Because we know that the work remains. We know that the dreams of empowering families and children remain. And in that work, that important work that we have to do as a nation, it is so comforting,
quick,
even at a tough
I know what-
time, to know that
They had to wait how
Hillary
many
Clinton
hours
is
to give this
somebody until
long speech?
her very last
The
breath is
acceptance
gonna
speech
be
from Trump and
battling for the
Pence
values
wasn't
that
even
make
this
nation
long.
great, and the values that we care so deeply about. So now, please join me in welcoming Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Thank you.
The fuck was that?
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
What you don't know is they're handing out $100 bills to make sure everybody cheers.
Thank you so much.
Okay, free weed sounds better, Dave. You win.
Very rowdy group.
Holy shit. John Kasich tweeted out, the American people have spoken. It's time to come together.
Thank you
Congratulations.
so very much for being here. And I love you all, too. Last night, I congratulated Donald Trump and offered to work with him on behalf of our country. I hope that he will be a successful president for all Americans. This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked so hard for, and I'm sorry that we did not win this election for the values we share and the vision we hold for our country. But I feel pride and gratitude for this wonderful campaign that we built together, this vast, diverse, creative, unruly, energized campaign. You represent the best of America, and being your candidate has been one of the greatest honors of my life.
Furball.
I know how disappointed you feel because I feel it too. And so do tens of millions of Americans who invested their hopes and dreams in this effort. This is painful, and it will be for a long time. But I want you to remember this. Our campaign was never about one person or even one election. It was about the country we love and about building an America that's hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted. We have seen that our nation is more deeply divided than we thought. But I still believe in America, and I always will. And if you do, then we must accept this result and then look to the future. Donald Trump is going to be our president. We owe him an open mind and the chance to lead. Our constitutional democracy enshrines the peaceful transfer of power. And we don't just respect that, we cherish it. It also enshrines other things: the rule of law, the principle that we are all equal in rights and dignity, freedom of worship and expression. We respect and cherish these values too, and we must defend them. And let me add, our constitutional democracy demands our participation, not just every 4 years, but all the time.
Constitutional republic.
So let's do all we can to keep advancing the causes and values we all hold dear, making our economy work for everyone, not just those at the top, protecting our country and protecting our planet, and breaking down all the barriers that hold any American back from achieving their dreams. We've spent a year and a half bringing together millions of people from every corner of our country to say with one voice that we believe that the American dream is big enough for everyone, for people of all races and religions, for men and women, for immigrants, for LGBT people and people with disabilities, for everyone. So now our responsibility as citizens is to keep doing our part to build that better, stronger, fairer America we seek. And I know you will. I am so grateful to stand with all of you. I want to thank Tim Kaine and Ann Holton for being our partners on this journey. It has been a joy getting to know them better, and it gives me great hope and comfort to know that Tim will remain on the front lines of our democracy, representing Virginia in the Senate. To Barack and Michelle Obama, our country owes you an enormous debt of gratitude.
I'm grateful to stand with all of you as long as you keep donating to come talk to me. It'll be $250,000 to have 5 minutes with me.
Determined leadership that has meant so much to so many Americans and people across the world. And to Bill and Chelsea, Mark, Charlotte, Aiden, our brothers and our entire family, my love for you means more than I can ever express. You crisscrossed this country on our behalf and lifted me up when I needed it most, even 4-month-old Aiden, who traveled with his mom. I will always be grateful to the creative, talented, dedicated men and women at our headquarters in Brooklyn and across our country. You poured your hearts into this campaign. For some of you who are veterans, it was a campaign after you had done other campaigns. Some of you, it was your first campaign. I want each of you to know that you were the best campaign anybody could have ever expected or wanted. And to the millions
I could have
of
asked for a better one that
community
actually
leaders,
won me the election.
Activists and union organizers who knocked on doors, talked to neighbors, posted on Facebook, even in secret, private Facebook sites. I want everybody coming out from behind that and make sure your voices are heard going forward.
She has to throw a little dig on the people.
To everyone who sent in contributions as small as $5 and kept us going, thank you. Thank you from all of us. And to the young people in particular, I hope you will hear this. I have, as Tim said, spent my entire adult life fighting for what I believe in. I've had successes and I've had setbacks, sometimes really painful ones. Many of you are at the beginning of your professional, public, and political careers. You will have successes and setbacks too. This loss hurts, but please never stop believing that fighting for
we're going to talk more, Dave, about that because there were some incidents last night on the West Coast.
And so we need you to keep up these fights now and for the rest of your lives. And to all the women, and especially the young women, who put their faith in this campaign and in me, I want you to know that nothing has made me prouder than to be your champion. I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone
that
will.
highest
and
glass
hopefully
ceiling
sooner
kept
than
her
we might
on the
think
floor
right
also.
now. And to all the little girls who are watching this, never doubt that you are valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in the world to pursue and achieve your own dreams. Finally, I am so grateful for
Let's hope the first woman
our
president
country
is more of
and
a
for all
Margaret
it has
Thatcher than
given
a
to me.
Hillary Clinton.
I count my blessings every single day that I am an American. And I still believe, as deeply as I ever have, that if we stand together and work together with respect for our differences, strength in our convictions, and love for this nation, our best days are still ahead of us. Because I believe we are stronger together and we will go forward together. And you should never, ever regret fighting for that. Scripture tells us, let us not grow weary in
now
doing
she's
good,
doing scripture.
for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. So, my friends, let us have faith in each other. Let us not
now
grow
they
weary.
have
Let us not lose
religion.
Heart. For there
They've
are
been
more
bashing anybody
seasons
that's
to
been
come, and
religious
there is more
for
work to
a
do.
year now.
I am
Fuck her.
incredibly honored and grateful to have had this chance to represent all
I'm sorry,
of
that
you
pissed me off.
in
That
this
just
consequential election. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
Now she's off to go beat Bill Clinton. All right. Now my question is, does Bill Mathers keep his promise? He said, if Hillary Clinton loses, I'm going to go kill that motherfucker. Because Anthony Weiner cost her the election. No, Hillary Clinton cost her the election. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube speaker, and iTunes. And we will be right back because it's Trump Day. Whoops. Boo-boo. There we go.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. Beer. You know what's on my mind. The Jersey Takeover is here We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the shop button. And hello, Kel. We're waiting now on Dum Dum to speak. And
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
that's right, it's Trump Day. Trump has trumped the presidency. Mike. Guess what day it is? That's right. Her speech actually pissed me off on several levels. Trump gave his speech. He was gracious. He could have taken several swipes, several low blows, and he took the high road. Hillary had to make sure that she gave a couple little jabs on her way out. Shows what kind of a fucking loser she really is. That just... And then for the... they were attacking Christianity at every goddamn level. And then... Trump came right out and gave a speech. Clinton took 10 hours to come out and to be a bitch. Thank you, Dave. That says it perfect. That showed true character of the people. I said it last night, said it before, say it again. Trump had to play the game against Hillary how Hillary played the game. He had to attack Hillary and the Democrats the same way the Democrats have attacked the Republicans for the last several decades. That's one of the reasons that I liked him as a candidate. The Republicans don't know how, and were too fearful to step up and play that kind of game. So it shows the true nature of people. Trump won, he was gracious. Hillary lost, she was a sore loser. Now, a friend of mine just got shit because he's making the jokes about those that said that they were going to leave. They're going to leave. Well, oh, that's not being gracious. That's being mean-spirited. No, it isn't. That is giving the people exactly what they gave us. Oh, and it's 2 months, 10 days, 11 hours, 56 minutes, and 25 seconds until Inauguration Day. And yes, one of the sites has a countdown timer. So it's looking like final tallies will be Trump will have an electoral of 308. Just remember I said 55. That's 293.5. Not bad for someone that didn't know what the hell they were doing. And it looks like she is going to win the popular vote by roughly just under 200,000. Without doing the exact math, you're looking at 190,000 difference. They both have 48% of the vote. Gary Johnson got 3%, and Jill Stein got 1%. And Dave, thank you. You kind of reminded me to bring this up. The numbers from last night's show are amazing. I can't believe how many people tuned in. I mean, I can believe Sean, Sackhead Clint, BZ, Ken, the conservative, Jeff, Carrie, Dan Butcher, they all did a great job. I couldn't ask for better better people to work with. I don't technically work, but for a better term. Even if we would have lost, we would have been more gracious. Now, MSNBC, Van Jones said this wasn't a white lash election. Had to take a dig on their way out. It's... I saw another pundit from MSNBC, and this is proof that there's sexism. It's how about the fact that people are tired of the Clintons? People are tired of this political ruling class. Yeah, I know Trump is a billionaire and all that, and he has had his hand in... He hasn't been a politician, but he had his hands in politics. Well, you needed someone with the money, and you needed someone to change the direction of elections. Dave, the unpleasant blind guy, said some guy on CNN earlier was looking like he took a drink out of someone's coffee they put a cigarette out in. Oh, I've done it before. That's disgusting. Meg Kelly's face last night was worth it, too. That just... It was perfect. Priceless. So let's see. While we wait for... We have Amy Schumer says she's going to be leaving. Let's see if she actually puts her money where her mouth is. Jon Stewart said that he would leave the planet. Chelsea Handler said that she would move to Spain. Nev Campbell said she'll move to Canada. Barry Diddler didn't say where, but said he would move. Lena Dunham said she'll move to Vancouver. Keegan-Michael Key, Canada. Joey, I have no idea on this last name. She's a actress and guest star in Portlandia. Said she'll go to Nova Scotia. Al Sharpton, he said he'd move out of here. Said he's reserving his ticket. Make sure you pay your back taxes on the way out. Hell, I would even say you're moving out. You give up your citizenship and agree never to come back. We'll forgive your back taxes on your way out. Natasha Lyonne, actress in Orange is the New Black, said she would go to a mental hospital. Eddie Griffin said he'll go to Africa. Spike Lee said he'll move to Brooklyn. Amber Rose never gave a place, but said she'll move. Samuel L. Jackson said he'll go to South Africa. Cher said she'll go to Jupiter. Bye-bye. That's a long trip. You better pack a really good lunch for that one. And if Fox will pay, he actually said that because Fox had nothing to do with this. They were fighting against Trump. They were fighting against Trump just as much as CNN and MSNBC. Hell, MSNBC even had Joe Scarborough, who was kind of calling it. What do we have? Sean Hannity. Eric Bolin kind of chilled. Can't think. Oh, and Kimberly Guilfoyle. Well, Cal, I reported it earlier. I heard there was breaking news that Canada was building a wall to keep out all of the Hollywood jerks and Democrats from jumping the border into Canada. Can you confirm that for me? Can you look into that for me? George Lopez said that he's moving to Mexico. Barbara Streisand said Australia or Canada. Raven Simone, she should have left a long time ago. Because she said, my confession for this election is if any Republican gets nominated, I'm going to move to Canada with my entire family. I already have the tickets. Why is she still here? Whoopi Goldberg, I don't even know when it's on. When is The View on? Because I'm actually curious to see how bad they are freaking out. Canada's putting brown bears on the border. And lobbing maple syrup. This will keep you from moving. Omar Hardwick is going to Italy. Myra Cyrus said she's just moving out. Ruth Bader Ginsburg said she's moving to New Zealand. Bye-bye. And Amy Schumer said she's going to Spain. Katie Hopkins, who is a British columnist, said she will move to America. She said, if Donald Trump wins the race to the White House, I'm moving to America. That one's funny. I know I'm going to probably annoy some people with this, but it's my show. I could do what I want.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
That's right. It's Trump Day. Yes, Cal, you might want to think about immigrating. I mean, Trump won, so you got to keep your pledge that you were going to move out, too. So you got to come to America. It's... I'm still in somewhat of a shock. A happy shock. The parody account of the White House press secretary has said, go easy on Hillary. Come on, be honest. I think we've all lied for 30 years at one time or another. I love this account. It's funny as hell. And let's see. It's... I'm shocked Florida. Also, that White House press secretary account said he'll be at the international airport waving goodbye to The View. Turns out for the last couple of years, Hillary Clinton was selling access to a loser. People paid millions of dollars to get to know the loser. Where are those 550 refugees going to go now? Feel sorry for Europe. Maybe Canada. There was also a question, will Hillary Clinton's concession speech be delivered via email? I'm sorry. I got to stop reading that account. I know, Cal. I knew I'd get that. I honestly like Trump's idea. Not because I'm a Trump supporter. I actually like his idea, and that's one of the reasons why I support him. Why not set up in Middle East safe zones where we will assist in keeping those areas safe till everything can be worked out. Well, not everything, because the Middle East will always be fighting. They've been fighting for over 2,000 years now. And really, I agree with the statement of Muslims are the religion of peace, or is the religion of peace. But yet, the Middle East, the Mecca of Muslim religion, has been at war for over 2,000 years. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. And I had said to Dave briefly, on the West Coast, Portland, Oregon, after Trump won, there is reports of small protest. Oakland, California protesters smashed windows and tipped over trash cans on fire in the middle of the street, and some of them yelling, "No KKK!" I don't have any confirmation on this. This is only one website that I found it on first, but that was a discussion that I had with several people yesterday. The violence from the left. If they lose, how are they going to handle it? And some of them didn't handle it good. We will see. And Obama said at one time, end quote, "I won. Elections have consequences." Well, Obama, Hillary, DNC, elections have consequences. And the people spoke up. The people spoke loud and proud. It I love these people. It's you had Hillary telling several states she was going to put them out of work, not create jobs. And she lost those states. She lost a couple of those states. And it's... the hell was she thinking? She destroyed her own election. At least Obama was smart enough that he didn't announce the wanton destruction he was going to do. She came out and announced it. I can't believe it. And there's people, coal is a dying industry. No, it isn't. It's a very clean, burning energy creating. The problem is these idiots see, oh, look at that white stuff coming out of that stack. It's pollution. No, it's steam, you moron. All right. Obama's coming to the mic. Let's see what jackassery he has to say.
Yesterday, before votes were tallied, I shot a video that some of you may have seen in which I said to the American people, regardless of which side you were on in the election, regardless of whether your candidate won or lost, the sun would come up in the morning. And that is one bit of prognosticating that actually came true. The sun is up. And I know everybody had a long night. I did as well. I had a chance to talk to President-elect Trump last night, about 3:30 in the morning, I think it was.
How bad did that hurt him to say
the
that?
Election. And I had a chance to invite him to come to the White House tomorrow to talk about making sure that there is a successful transition between our presidencies. Now, it is no secret that the President-elect and I have some pretty significant differences. But remember, 8 years ago, President Bush and I had some pretty significant differences. But President Bush's team could not have been more professional or more gracious in making sure we had a smooth transition so that we could hit the ground running. And one thing you realize quickly in this job is that the presidency and the vice presidency is bigger than any of us. So I have instructed my team to follow the example that President Bush's team set 8 years ago and work as hard as we can to make sure that this is a successful transition for
This
the
is a
president-elect.
successful sex.
Because we are now all rooting for his success in uniting and leading the country. The peaceful transition of power is one of the hallmarks of our democracy. And over the next few months, we are going to show that to the world. I also had a chance last night to speak with Secretary Clinton, and I just had a chance to hear her remarks. I could not be prouder of her. She has lived an extraordinary life of public service. She was a great First Lady. She was an outstanding senator for the state of New York, and she could not have been a better Secretary of State. I'm proud of her. A lot of Americans look up to her. Her candidacy and nomination was historic and sends a message to our daughters all across the country that they can achieve at the highest levels of politics. And I'm absolutely confident that she and President Clinton will continue to do great work for people here in the United States and all around the world. Now, everybody is sad when their side loses an election. But the day after, we have to remember that we're actually all on one team. This is an intramural scrimmage. We're not Democrats first. We're not Republicans first. We are Americans first.
Now we're Americans first.
We all want.
I love it when
what's
the
best
Democrats lose, then
for
we're
this
all
country.
Americans.
That's what I heard in Mr. Trump's remarks last night. That's what I heard when I spoke to him directly, and I was heartened by that. That's what the country needs. A sense of unity, a sense of inclusion, a respect for our institutions, our way of life.
The man that
Rule of
divided
law.
us is now talking about unity.
And a respect for each other. I hope that he maintains that spirit throughout this transition, and I certainly hope that's how his presidency has a chance to begin. I also told my team today to keep their heads up, because the remarkable work that they have done day in, day out, often without a lot of fanfare, often with a lot of attention, work in agencies, work in obscure areas of policy that make government run better and make it more responsive and make it more efficient and make it more service-friendly so that it's actually helping more people. That remarkable work has left the next president with a stronger, better country than the one that existed 8 years ago. So win or lose in this election, that was always our mission. That was our mission from day one. And everyone on my team should be extraordinarily proud of everything that they have done. And so should all the Americans that I've had a chance to meet all across this country, who do the hard work of building on that progress every single day. Teachers in schools, doctors in ER clinic, small businesses putting their all into starting something up, making sure they're treating their employees well. All the important work that's done by moms and dads and families and congregations in every state. The work of perfecting this union.
Real quick, I had said 1918. It was 1928 was the last time the Republicans had control of Congress and the presidency. Almost 100 years.
And sometimes contentious.
Exactly, Dave.
And noisy. It's not always inspiring. But to the young people who got into politics for the first time and may be disappointed by the results, I just want you to know you have to stay encouraged. Don't get cynical. Don't ever think you can't make a difference. As Secretary Clinton said this morning, fighting for what is right is worth it. Sometimes you lose an argument. Sometimes you lose an election. You know, the path that this country has taken has never been a straight line. We zig and zag, and sometimes we move in ways that some people think is forward and others think is moving back. And that's okay. I've lost elections before. Joe hasn't, but, so I've been sort of sharing.
You beat me badly.
That's the way politics works sometimes. We try really
What's scary
hard
is
to
Joe had to
persuade
walk
people
up and grab him by the
that
shoulders to say that.
we're right. And then people vote. And then if we lose, we learn from our mistakes, we do some reflection, we lick our wounds, we brush ourselves off, we get back in the arena. We go at it. We try even harder the next time. The point, though, is that we all go forward with a presumption of good faith in our fellow citizens. Because that presumption of good faith is essential to a vibrant
Exactly.
and
He could
functioning
grab
democracy.
this man by the pussy.
That's how this country has moved forward for 200
Grab him anywhere.
years. That's how we've pushed boundaries and promoted freedom around the world. That's how we've expanded the rights of our founding to reach all of our citizens. It's how we have come this far. And that's why I'm confident that this incredible journey that we're on as Americans will go on. And I'm looking forward to doing everything that I can to make sure that the next president is successful in that. I've said before, I think of this job as being a relay runner. You take the baton, you run your best race, and hopefully by the time you hand it off,
all right,
you're a
that's
little
enough of
further
this. I will give him that comment he made about the president being a marathon runner is, well, correct. That's what the presidency is. Do the best you can, and yeah, he just actually ended, but I will give him credit for that. And also the stock market right now, the S&P is up 14.91. I have it on very good sources that now that a new president's been elected, you will see companies start spending money. You will see a turnaround in our economy. So You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Planet Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, YouTube Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. It's that simple. It's that easy. Thank you, Dave, for talking about Glenn Beck, because I was wondering how he was going to take it. I'm sure he needs to be put on suicide watch or go to one of those AAA retreats to make sure that his sobriety stays. It's been a long road, and I'm glad it's done. This doesn't end the fight. The fight goes on. Just because they have won doesn't mean they're going to do as they say. We need to keep their feet to the fire. And talking about Glenn Beck, the man has no honor. We saw that. He spent how many years bashing Obama to turn around and say, I learned so much from Obama. He taught me so much. Yeah. But yes, it is now our job to make sure to keep the pressure on all of our politicians. Someone started a page called Ban the Democrat Party. The Wicked Witch is dead. Ding. Oh, that's stuck in my head.
News.
Okay, that was mean to me, but I don't give a flying rat's ass. Someone threw water onto the Wicked Witch and she has melted. No, that's not a death threat. That is that's what's funny. You make these jokes, and all of a sudden you have Secret Service and FBI knocking on your door. Yeah, did you make a threat? No. But like you said, Dave, yeah, we could celebrate for now, but we have to make sure that starting in 2 months, 10 days, 11 hours, 21 minutes, and 15 seconds, that Trump and the Republican Party are held I don't doubt it, Dave. Like I said, you have Bill Mathers talking about how he's going to kill Anthony Weiner. Oh. Someone should have been knocking on his door a while ago. Oh, I got to do it again. I'm sorry. I know I'm mean, people, but... Wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's Trump Day. That's right. Yeah, Weiner better find it. Oh, shit, Dave. Weiner had better find a good hole to hide in. Oh, God. Last I heard, he's somewhere down here in Florida in some sex rehab. And I was told, well, they can't arrest him. The fuck they can't? They'd walk right in that place if they wanted to and arrest his ass. But he is kind of safe from any unfortunate accidents. Kel, to top it off with your comment about when it pulled up to the ramp, Kel posted that, remember Hillary Clinton's limo pulled up to a plane ramp, and it was about a foot away, and she complained, couldn't you get the limo closer? And it was raining out, and she was complaining about it. Well, there was a rally down here, and, I saw it. It was not a downpour, even though the media tries saying it was a downpour. It wasn't. And it was a couple sprinkles. It was a light shower. And she had to cancel the rally. She was melting. I'm melting. Holy shit. Now, here's the big question, because someone already tried this. Someone actually already tried it. And she is reneging on her promise. Madonna, in public, said that she would give, blowjobs to any man that voted for Hillary Clinton. Someone took a picture of his ballot, went to her house, I guess in New York, and tried to get her to, keep to her promise. Her security, upon answering the door through the little buzzer thingy, I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard of no such thing. Bye. So Madonna made a promise, and she went into detail that I am good, I make eye contact, I swallow, I do this, and I do that, and now she's not going to keep her promise. She didn't even get elected, and there's already broken promises in Hillary Clinton's campaign. I guess there's a lot more that aren't satisfied with the promises Hillary made. I honestly, I thought it was sick. And I don't give a shit about sexual stuff. I don't. What you do in your house is your thing. What you want to do, whatever. But that was like, oh my God. That showed desperation that you have to have Madonna. I mean, how old is that woman? She has to be, 70, 80? Bum. Oh. Maybe she was... maybe that was her way of getting some men to come to her so she could suck the life force out of her. Or them. Her. Bum. It's... 58 she is. Holy shit. God, I'm getting old. But she made the promise. Nobody else. And now, she don't know what people are talking about. She doesn't even look good anymore. I don't look good anymore, too. I know that. And it just... Damn. Ow. Holy shit, that was loud. Some chick. Oh, my God. This is too funny. It is too funny. I guess when Periscope, one of those programs, and was videoing herself hysterically crying, this is how to be a joke. I wonder how Mark Cuban's feeling today. Do you know what's funny? If it had been the other way around, think of what the liberals would be saying and doing if Hillary won, how bad they would be attacking us. Think about that. You know, I'm gloating today, and a couple people told me I have the right to gloat. I'll gloat today. I'll have some fun today. But from there, it's... You know what? Compared to what they would do, Dave, no, we're not gloating. I've heard a lot of people trying to be gracious and extend the hands, and they're slapping it away. They're keeping the fight going. They want to keep this going. They don't want to try to get the country straightened out. They want their way and their way only. They're worse than my daughter has ever been. Not that my daughter was bad, but even when she was, in her single digits, she was never spoiled like these liberals are. And Tim Scott was elected to first full Senate term. That's beautiful. The South's first black senator since Reconstruction has won his first full term. Yeah, we'll try to silence them. We have allowed them to talk. We have allowed liberals to talk. Well, not allowed. They have the right to. We remind them they have the right to. They're the ones always trying to silence our side. Because I've said it for a while. That message they have is not resonating with anybody. There's nothing there. It's... We'll see how it goes. The Huffington Post discontinued editor's note calling Trump racist and misogynistic. At the end of every piece that this editor wrote, he had editor's note. Donald Trump regularly incites political violence and is a serial liar, rampant xenophobe, racist, misogynist, birther who has repeatedly pledged to ban all Muslims, 1.6 members of the entire religion, from entering the United States. Well, they're now removing it, and they're now saying that it's time for a clean slate. It's time for... We need to go with a clean slate. It's like, what the hell? You want a clean slate now because you fucking lost? The thinking is that assuming he wins, that he's now president, and we're going to start with a clean slate. If he governs in a racist, misogynist way, we reserve the right to add it back on. This would be giving respect to the office of the presidency, which Trump and his backers never did. Fuck you. I did give Obama respect at first. I did. And he's the one that pissed all over it. He's the one that really pushed me away. So don't give me that shit. Just because we did not fall and stay in that daze, don't blame it on us. But they said they added it. This note was added to stories about presidential candidate Donald Trump. And he is no longer president candidate. He is the future president. Huffington Post knows they're in trouble. A lot of those papers know they're in trouble. And like someone said that, Fox knows they're in trouble and they're going to try to start kissing ass now. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for Megyn Kelly to start trying to spin it around that she was behind Trump the whole time. I just can see her trying to do it to salvage her career. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy into it. Mainstream media got a huge black eye. Huge black eye. Yeah, maybe she can work for Blaze. What's funny is I was hearing that she's been holding out to start a bidding war, and nobody wants her. Nobody is jumping into the bidding war. Nobody. CNN isn't trying to get in there. MSNBC, NBC, none of them. Her ratings dropped like a rock. And again, they thought that they had full control over us. They thought they could tell us who to vote for. And when we rebelled against, I don't even want to say we rebelled, when we stood up for ourselves and said, no, we're voting for who we want, they turned on us. It's the one sad note is Sheriff Joe Arpaio. He lost his bid for his 7th re-election as top law enforcement. Obama did enough damage. Then again, the man is 84 years old. He should start looking at trying to enjoy life. And the one thing I love about Trump's acceptance speech, I know we didn't get to it today. Holy shit. I was worried about being able to fill the show up because I know just tired and throwing the show together like I did. I thought I was be throwing a lot of fill in, and, well, 2 speeches helped. But it's Trump made the comment of, he's got the 4 years and maybe 8 years he put it. And we'll see. Everyone's like, if he gets elected, he's only going to be 4 years. That's all he'll do. He'll piss everybody off. But I also said this, and I actually said it to you, Dave. I don't know if you're going to remember. What we needed was a conservative president that wasn't hard right. Even if he works it, gets everything going, and then after 4 years, we get a strong, more right conservative. After that, I would have no issue with that. If he turns the economy around, he can do double digits. The one thing I told my father very early on about this election is we've had the Democrats for 2 terms. And any time in American history, exactly, Dave, it's not Clinton. But every time a party has 2 terms like Bush did, Trump did, people are tired of that party and ready for change. And that's one of the things that helped. I can't believe it's the end of the show already. So, I got one last thing to say.
Day it is. Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
That's right. It's Trump Day. The big fight is over. Now for the bigger fight to straighten this country out. Everybody, don't forget, tonight we have Southside Mutts at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Ken the Conservative at 9 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, we'll have the Sackheads radio show. And I will also be back tomorrow, 11 a.m., for the Reaver of Common Sense. Have a great day. Be proud. We worked our butts off. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.